There are two ways of building robots, the Great Western way and the wrong way. I'm Great Western and...
Don't we know it?
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a Duckburg. Might solve the mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Every day they're out there making DuckTales. Tales of daring, bad and good, not ponytails or cottontails. No DuckTales.
What is happening, BattleBots fans? Hardcore Kid here with another episode of the Hardcore Podcast. And tonight's episode is definitely Quackers. Because right now, I have Otaku Nate.
Quack, quack, quack.
And from the Great Western, I have ResettisReplicas.
Also duck noises.
And we have a guy who's not a duck, but he is a beaver. It's Ryan Beaver.
Beaver noises.
What kind of a noise does a beaver make, anyway?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, according to Kimono Friends, the onomatopoeia of a beaver chewing a log is gotti 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 gotti. But that's the Japanese, not the English onomatopoeia. So
I'll just YouTube it later.
just imagine a saw spinning. That's what you'd hear.
Maybe it's tail slapping the water.
Maybe.
No.
Like that. That's
Maybe they just say Spody,
But I shouldn't
Spody,
make
Spoot
that
head.
noise.
Weedle, Weedle, Spody, Spody, Spoot.
All right, we get it. We get it. We don't know what a beaver sounds like. Let's get on to the review.
Well,
Alright.
let's not, because let's be honest, this was not a good episode.
No, I hate to
I
say
think
it.
you're being hard on it.
I mean, when you look at this card, you think, holy mackerel, this is going to be a hell of an episode. Especially when you got bots like Tombstone, Yeti, Warhead, Bronco, Monsoon! But basically, this whole episode was mostly just a bunch of squash matches, a match between two broken bots, and a fairly decent main event. But yeah,
Well,
it just didn't live up to the hype.
one with a screwy finish. Don't forget, one with a screwy finish.
Oh,
We'll get to that.
we'll get to it. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna fly through this episode probably, but we do have a bonus segment that I'm gonna have in a separate video. But I'm sure you guys are really gonna like it when we review it. But before we get onto the main card, we must talk about last week's bonus match, and that was Reality versus Lucky. And the first half was all right. I mean, insanity. Reality managed to get some insane hits in on Lucky.
Reality is a beast
It is.
when it's working.
Yep. Some really nice sparks, and then both bots basically broke down at the same time.
Well, Reality could actually show some movement.
yeah.
As in, like, it was lurching forward very slowly. Again, its weapon can run just fine. It just seems to be having issues with its drive motors.
Or maybe it's the speed controllers.
Maybe. I'm sure Jerome Leverlure... and I'm sorry for butchering your name, Jerome. I got the first name correct. Thank you, Sarah, for letting me know how you say it. I'm sure, like, one of the team members from Reality is going to comment on our video and just tell us what went wrong with it.
And hopefully we'll see more. I'm sure they have one more match, I believe.
I believe so, and if they win it, they might get in, but I don't know.
That would put him 2-2.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of 2-2s this season.
Well, they'd have to, the judges are going to have to look at how they won and who they lost to.
So yeah, that covers the bonus match. So we'll get to the main card, starting with, and you're not going to believe this, it's Tombstone versus Duck. The first match in this entire season where Tombstone has not made the main event.
And for good reason.
Yeah. There is a bit of backstory behind this match. Last year at RoboGames 2017, Ray Billings and Hal Rucker fought each other with Last Rites and Whoops, respectively. And Whoops ended up winning that match, even though Tombstone, or Last Rites, was basically beating the ever-living hell out of it. Unfortunately, Ray went a little too far with last rites and ended up losing his top, went flying into the air, and blew its own batteries out. So, Whoops ended up getting the victory via Tombstone basically breaking its own face with its face.
I think you just simply meant to say for that sentence, whoops.
Whoops.
Whoops indeed.
Yeah, so this is a grudge match between the two, and we almost got a repeat of that very same match. First thing to note, Ray Billings and his guys, they came out wearing hoodies.
I gotta say, Ray Billings looks really good in a hoodie.
Yeah.
Like he can really rock a hoodie.
Showing off that cool Tombstone merch.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, he's like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. But, this match, it was mostly just Tombstone, although Duck did manage to, put up a fight. It managed to get some good slams in. It actually got...
Oh, yeah.
The
bar looked kind of wonky at the end.
Yeah, the bar was broken right at the end of the match.
Yeah.
But, Duck, was losing wheels and was stuck going around in circles.
It was down to its final wheel, and it was moving. It did very well.
And then, but then Tombstone all of a sudden just stops. It's like, it's the dreaded curse where, something, like, it's winning a match and then it just stops for no reason.
The Dominator 2 curse, as we shall call it.
And then, but just as they were about to be counted out, they started moving again. I assume maybe Ray lost the signal and then he had to turn his controller off and on again.
I think may have been what happened. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, oh, Tombstone cheated, or, they got robbed, or, this fight was rigged, or what have you, because it looked as if Tombstone was immobilized for more than 30 seconds. But I believe the official rule is, you have to show movement for 10 seconds, or you get counted out.
Yeah, and I think what you were seeing was things that were shot simultaneously, one after another. So it's like 5 seconds of camera A following 5 seconds of the same moment from camera B.
Yeah, that's what Hal Rucker said. Hal Rucker posted in the official BattleBots group that Tombstone was mobilized for a lot shorter than what was shown on TV.
It's that TV magic that they always like to put on the screen. Like, I know Robot Wars does a lot of that stuff where, like, the matches are 5 minutes long, but they only show, like, a minute and a half.
Just like on the Science Channel.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of you watch Survivor, but for those who do, Jeff will always ask, if anyone has an idol, now is the time to play it. And it looks like he waits a very long time, but it's actually just a second. But they stretch it out with the multiple camera feeds thing.
Yeah, but Tombstone managed to survive towards the end, but the blade looked really messed up.
Oh, yeah. Alex the Hunted also posted an observation in the BattleBots group that even though Tombstone won, it didn't look strong in the end. The format is really starting to take its toll on Tombstone.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that they're not going home with a giant nut this year. Mark my words.
Yeah, nothing against them, but I'm very happy to see a different team win it every year.
Yeah, same here.
Same here. That's my thing. It's like, I never have anything against the previous winner, and if they do end up winning twice, then that's good for them, but at the same time, my personal preference is that a different robot wins every single year.
Exactly.
And Tombstone, even though it's gone 4-0, by the beginning of the tournament, it's starting to look vulnerable. Like, if it faces, like, say, a Sawblaze or something that can tank it, like a Scorpios, I think Ray Billings could be in trouble.
Yeah.
We're going to have to find out when they go to the main championship, and there's some good bots looking to take out those wheels. So.
Yeah, especially...
Yeah, Tombstone is #1 seed for sure. Still have a couple of easy rides.
Yes, and it's currently,
It's 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0 and the returning champ.
Yep, second robot to go 4-0 behind Bite Force.
So Tombstone ends up going 4-0 and is going right through to the main championship. So we'll move on to the second match, and we see the return of the Yeti taking on the Dutch Big Mouth Bass Petunia.
This was a squash, the first of 2 squashes tonight, and both involved robots from outside the United States.
It was an It was an international squash fest.
Yeah, Greg Gibson, he kind of needed this match in order for Yeti to make it into the tournament. Basically just did his straight up, all aggression, nothing held back up against the defensive brick wall known as Petunia. Petunia managed to shrug off the hits pretty well, but, once it dislodged the wheels, that was it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, Petunia, unlike Spectre, can't really do anything after it's been de-tipped. Like, Spectre, by contrast, still has that nice wide jaw for clamping. Petunia's kind of screwed.
There was nothing on Yeti for Petunia to grab onto once it lost the tip. It was basically just on the run the entire time. But and then once Yeti got those wheels, that was pretty much it for it.
Yeah, it says something about how confident Yeti was that they didn't put that plate on top like they did against Chomp last year.
Okay.
I don't think they'd need it, considering how slow Petunia's weapon moves.
Yeah, just like Tornado didn't need the cage against Snakebite, even though it was similar to Razor.
Okay, guys, I'm horrible. So you know how you said Petunia lost the tip?
Yeah.
No,
Petunia is now Jewish.
Oh!
that's not how that works.
Oh my God, Ryan!
Oh,
You smeghead!
that's your best horrible joke yet.
Oh God, the people in ShuntPosting are gonna love that.
Yeah.
And Brandon has now officially been demonetized.
I got demonetized months ago.
Of course.
But yeah, Yeti gets the win to go 3-1, and I think they have a good chance to make it to the top 16.
I really do. There's
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do. I
Petunia.
mean, their only loss so far has been to Ice Wave.
Yeah, no disrespect there. So yeah, and so that pretty much does it for Petunia. I think they went 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2.
2-2, and I don't.
But they got some good wins over Rotator, and who was their other win against?
Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor, yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, remember early on, Yeti just basically thrashed Witch Doctor.
No, we're talking Petunia.
Oh, Petunia? Oh no, right. Yeah, that was Witch. Who did they also win against? Rotator.
I can look it up real
To
quick.
the wiki.
To the wiki.
Unless they're 1-2.
I know they lost to Monsoon, but they beat Rotator. DuckTales, woo!
This will be
Every
edited.
day.
It's Captain Shredderator.
Yeah, it beat Captain Shredderator.
Yeah.
It punctured its
That was more of a
lipo.
suicide, so that might not.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Petunia's gonna make it.
No.
But it was a good effort from the Dutch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely one of the better crushers we've seen in recent years. I will say that.
Even
Sure.
if its crusher didn't really do much.
Hey, you don't need to crush. You can, as long as you can able to control the bot, you're able to get a good some points on the board. But yeah,
I hope we see him do one more in the exhibition matches next week.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's more durable than Razor.
Yeah,
Oh!
background for those who don't know, a background. Next week is going to be exhibition matches of USA versus the world.
Ooh.
Hopefully it'll be a lot better and a lot less egocentric than the UK versus the world was. But don't take my word for it. Yeah. So,
Hey, well, Fuzzy could be in it and complain about the rules there too.
Ah.
you lose by DQ, delayed hit.
Anyway.
So we'll move on to the third match of the night. It's Axe Backwards versus Monsoon!
I wore my Monsoon shirt to work on Friday, and I got out several Monsoons in the workplace. Everyone just looked at me all confused, like, what's he going on about?
He's having one of his moments.
I wore it to Otakon, and I got, like, 2 out there and got some weird looks. But not much to this match. Monsoon has a new blade!
It's called the Brawler, which is in no relation to that silly thwack bot from Extreme Warriors.
Hey, I like Brawler.
It didn't do it. It made it to the Heat final on luck.
It's pretty, well armored. Could have taken on some spinners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was also a squash.
Yeah, Monsoon just hit Axe backwards a few times and the drive just died. The drum was still spinning, but I don't think Monsoon wanted to take any more chances, which is a shame. It's like that moment from Robot Wars Series 8 where John Lear looked over to Craig Callias in the Beast versus Gabriel fight, and Craig asked John, do you want us to hit you? And John says, that's the point of it.
Yeah. But, that all it took was a few hits, and I think Axe Backwards was smoking, or
Yeah,
unless that was
it
the
was
tires.
smoking.
Yeah, that
Tires
was it
were
for
coming
me.
off, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Tires came off.
I'll be smoking.
Smoking! Smoking!
I'll be smoking.
Boy.
I smoke it to the east, and I smoke it to the west, and I smoke it with the woman that I love best.
Alright.
What?
Roll Tide.
Yeah.
What was that? A very wholesome song about marijuana?
Oh, no, it's a parody of another song. I'll forward you the link.
Please don't.
Yeah.
This is already not safe for work as it is.
Yes.
Stroking. Stroking by Clarence Carter.
That
It already has the most horrifying music video I've ever seen.
Oh, good lord.
I don't know why it's got a picture of Patrick Starr in it, but there you go.
Okay, then. Okay.
What is Patrick Starr doing in an 80s music video? Yeah, but that pretty much covers it. So we move on to the penultimate match in this episode. It's Warhead versus War, Your Dragon. And at long last, Warhead brings back its signature war disc. And
promptly loses it.
yep. In the battle versus Robot versus Arena, it lost to the Arena again.
Yeah.
It lost to the wall. What is it? Again, I ask. It loses to a wall. What is this? Robo games?
Yeah. And as soon as Warhead lost half of its disc, it just spent like the entire half just like vibrating from all losing all the drum, and
It and Warrior Dragon just spent the entire match derping about. And the best way I can describe Razor's hits on Warrior Dragon: poke,
ow,
poke,
ow,
poke,
ow,
poke,
ow,
poke,
ow,
poke.
Gagadath!
That was pretty much the fight. Warhead won it on a judge's decision.
It was like watching an angry kid with Tourette's just having a complete meltdown after somebody took away their dessert.
Yeah.
But the match was basically all Warhead. Warrior Dragon never worked in this match. It was just trying to get in with the wedge and really couldn't do anything.
Yeah. I'll give Warhead credit for this. Even though his head and his left arm were busted, they were still working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him
Like-
credit.
Like
Yeah.
you notice that the left arm, like, it was pulled out of its socket, even though the flames are still working.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
like when Warrior Dragon's flipper wasn't going to work, it wasn't really going to affect them much anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess in hindsight, it was good that they didn't use it against the shark.
No.
Nah. Besides, I wouldn't want it. I don't want that. I don't want the shark to be destroyed. It's a great robot. Ed Robinson had built a beautiful machine. Whereas when
Plus
is he
that
not
way
built?
we could have. Yeah. Plus that way we have our own sci-fi battle. The Robo Shark versus the Mecha T-Rex.
That's money. Yeah, this was a very shaky match.
And it didn't involve nuts too.
It was quite nuts though. But yeah, that was the match. Warhead ended up getting a judge's decision. It was a split decision, I think they said.
Yeah.
Somebody voted for Warrior Dragon.
Well,
I'll be honest about something. I actually thought Warrior Dragon had this because Warhead was just busted up. I didn't really realize how badly Warrior Dragon actually did until after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Warrior Dragon didn't really have any role in that damage, so I'd not give him
that was
anything
all the
for
arena
it.
wall and rust in pieces Warhead's disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
best, they should split it because Warrior lost their weapons too.
Yeah. Wait. Did Warrior Dragon even win a fight this year?
Yeah, they won. They won Chomp.
Yeah, they beat Chomp, and that's not saying much.
Yeah, that's
You know,
gonna- and there's an amazing picture of Craig Danby holding the Warhead disc, and he's like, "Holy shit!"
It's like he's about to eat that thing. Holding
Yeah.
it like a big piece of watermelon.
And you see Simon Scott behind him, not looking impressed. And from what I understand, this is the end of the Warhead head. They're going right back to the dinosaur head after this because there's no way they can fix this thing.
It's the end of the
Hey, I don't mind.
It's the end of Warhead's Warhead. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. On the
Hey, I
bright
don't
side,
mind. I love the dinosaur head.
Me too.
Yeah.
on the bright side, this will probably mean we'll finally get Razor versus Tombstone, maybe at some point.
Maybe.
Well, Tombstone's done with his fights in the qualifiers. So.
Yeah, but we'll see what the bracket is like when we get them in a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it would have been better if Minotaur had cracked their head in half and made them make a new one this year.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much just the whole gist of it. It's just the head's been used for 3 seasons straight, and I think now it's like, fuck it, I'm done.
It's amazing that weapon lasted all these years.
yeah, like,
Yeah, including standing on its head at one point and basically performing pirouettes in its first ever fight against Stinger.
yeah. No, I think I noticed. I think it still has the paint on from
Oh, yeah.
last year when it did that handstand
it does.
against complete
It does.
Control.
That's the black stripe.
Nice. Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, they need to figure out a way to make that like an actual like legitimate feature and not just like an accident.
I don't know. There's a thing called spin painting that they could look into. Like,
yeah.
we can
Jackson
put a
Paul-
picture of it in post.
Jackson Pollock.
No, not Jackson Pollock. This is different. This is where you actually spin the canvas on an axis and drop the paint on it, and it makes this really cool pattern.
Well, actually, I was talking about like the paint job. I was talking about the spinning on its head. They need to make that a feature.
Whatever. Now we get to the main event.
The fight that made me cry.
Bronco
yes.
versus Sawblaze, which was nicknamed the Blazin' Buzzsaw. I don't know why. I
Because
think
it's a buzzsaw with a flamethrower.
I would have just called it the hottest saw in town.
Lame.
About even.
And Bronco's
Blazing.
called the launcher.
Which at least is honest.
Bronco entered this match with a bunch of hoops of wind to protect itself from the saw, which, in the end,
Didn't matter.
it helped and it hurt in a way because even after Sawblaze actually lost its saw, it was able to get the wedges in under the hoops and just push Bronco around. But Bronco ended up getting the win because it was able to get in a whole bunch of flips, including one big flip that went straight into the Lexan where the drivers were.
I'd say that was the John Reed good hit of the night,
Oh
but it
my
didn't
God.
really have that oomph to it.
I'm going to give it my vote, especially since it really shows how strong the Battle Box is. I'll go as far as to say that the Battle Box is probably the safest arena in the world right now. Like,
Yeah.
But could it survive an apex explosion?
maybe.
Probably.
Who knows?
Because
It survived Waiachi.
yes, the Lexan is much stronger than it is in the Robot Wars arena. I think if Bronco was in the Robot Wars arena and did a flip, it would probably go crashing right through the inner wall. Just craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a
Boy.
shame because as soon as right after Bronco got in all those flips, it really couldn't get in any more big flips in on Sawblaze. And Sawblaze was actually controlling the fight. And unfortunately, the saw broke. And I think if the saw was working and it was able to get in some cuts in on Bronco,
Yeah.
JMO probably would have won this.
I expected it to be a lot closer than it actually was, but due to the technical issues and Sawblaze having its arm broken, it wasn't to be. So main event in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad because I really wanted JMO to go 4-0, but I will say this.
You
at
can't
least
win
the
them all.
robot who won still deserved it.
Yeah.
Bronco's still a really good flipper, so...
And I
So
think
Bron-
I think this year could be the year Bronco finally beats Tombstone. Because as
We'll
we
see,
said,
but-
Tombstone's the wear and tear is starting to take its toll on Tombstone.
Yeah. But I will... So, yeah, Bronco is now the third robot to go 4-0. Wow, 2 4-0s in one night. Sawblaze ends the qualifiers 3-1, so I still think he has a really good shot at making the championship.
Oh, absolutely. I hope he
So-
does too.
Really, I think both these robots are going to end up in the top 16. It's just now Sawblaze is going to have a little bit more to fix with the arm.
Yeah. We'll see what happens in the next coming weeks, but I'm sure Sawblaze has a good chance of getting in.
Yeah, I get the feeling it will too.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so I hope that we see Tombstone getting #1 and Bronco getting #2, and hopefully someone clearing Tombstone out of the way so that Bronco can win the tournament.
Maybe.
I still want Huge to win.
huge.
There's another robot that I think could beat Tombstone.
Oh, I'd love to see that
You
match.
think so?
Yeah, there was a screenshot leaked though about who he fights in the last qualifier though.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous about that, but
We'll
Yep.
see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Yeah. Should I mention who it is?
no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it.
We'll keep it out
for
in the
now.
cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
you son of a bitch.
congratulations, Ian. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, unfortunately, I think this is the lowest rating I'm going to give for any episode this season. I'm giving it a 5. There were a lot of squash matches, some good hits, but a lot of very quick fights, and
I'll give it a 5.5 for me. Like, the main event was good, I guess, but again, like, one match with a screwy finish, 2 squashes, one match where the robots basically derped about, and an okay main event.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Nate on this one. I do agree. I think I'll give it a 5.5. Like the main event, like Tombstone versus Duck outside of the screwy finish. And then, yeah, 2 boring fights, one Tourette's Fest, and then that's basically it.
how about you, Ian?
I'm going to be more generous than you guys. I'm going with a 7 on this one.
Really?
I think that while they were squash matches, it was a very entertaining display from the robots that did work and very satisfying results.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna say this, though. I think another reason that bumped it up to a 5.5, I think we can at least be happy for Tommy Brewster basically punching his ticket into the tournament of 16.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that when I saw that robot, it reminded me of Toron from Robot Wars, which
Well,
was basically
that's basically
the
what it was.
most unlucky robot ever. And I thought, yep, the bad luck's just going to rub off. They're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
But they weren't.
But, yeah, by the way, we've been seeing a lot of Tim on ShuntPosting lately from Insomnia.
Oh,
Him and Sarah Malin have been messing around with the inflatable bananas.
Malian, she's going to kill you over that.
You are
Sarah.
dead.
I'm sorry, I'm a filthy American. What do you expect?
You can come over here if you got a problem, Sarah.
You know, I've been thinking we might go to BattleBots next year, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
same.
see if we can finally get that War of Independence.
Yeah. I'll definitely join you if I can get my fucking beetle finished.
Finish it. You've got Franklin coming
Yes,
up.
Charles Guan would be killing me over that one.
So, what the heck was that noise?
Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, but that pretty much covers episode 14. Next week is episode 15, and we'll see how what happens in the next coming episodes.
The
and,
War of Independence, if you will.
it's Donald Thump versus the rest of the world, basically.
Oh.
Yep, so, but I do have a bonus segment that I'm going to be having in the next video, so if you guys want to check that out, you'll enjoy it. It is a review of the Rocket Power episode Extreme Nerd, where Rocket Power guys go have their own take on the sport of robot combat. So until that comes along, I am the Hardcore Kid.
And I'm Otaku Nate.
I've been
I'm Ryan
Resetti's
Beaver.
Replicas.
Okay.
And that's Ryan Beaver. Ryan.
It's
yeah,
your
I know.
turn now.
I accidentally said it during Ian's turn though, so
Congratulations.
Yeah, we should establish an order for this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must T-pose to establish dominance.
Peace out, and see you in the next video.
I'm a banana. I'm a banana. I'm a banana. Look at me move.